Не знаю пока, Лех. Пока закройте нас. Закрой нас. Блин. О, у меня заработало. Все заработало, смотри. Ух! Ой, очень круто. «30 секунд до нас. Вадим, 30 секунд, слышишь?
Слышу, да, 30 секунд.
Все, хорошо. Вы прибили первую рекламку, Лёх? Или вы последнюю прибиваете? Все, понял. 10 секунд, внимания, ага.
Первую строчку с количеством баллов 218,7. Напомним, бронзовый.
Здравствуйте, уважаемые поклонники зрелищных видов спорта и видов спорта водных. Добро пожаловать в Казань, где проходит Кубок мира по одному из самых ярчайших зрелищ, которое бывает в спортивном мире. Прыжки с огромной высоты, иначе именуемый хайдайвинг. Меня зовут Александр Гришин, и с огромным удовольствием я представляю моего сегодняшнего собеседника. Это президент Федерации прыжков в воду Санкт-Петербурга и, собственно, сам же хайдайвер Вадим Бабешкин, который не понаслышке знает, что такое прыгать с 20-метровой высоты.
Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья.
Ну и сейчас мы начинаем смотреть за вторым раундом соревнований у мужчин. Напомню, что мужчины прыгают 5 прыжков, но далеко не все проходят в 4-й и 5-й раунды. Ну, в общем, по ходу разберемся. Скажу только, что пристальное внимание нужно обратить на двух российских спортсменов. Это Артем Сильченко и Илья Щуров. Сейчас мы только что видели, как свою вторую попытку на Кубке мира исполнил Энди Джонс из Соединенных Штатов Америки и сделал это просто блестяще.
Это действительно был сейчас фантастический прыжок. Энди попробовал его только вчера. Когда он его пробовал, все здесь ахнули, что ты делаешь. И сейчас мы видим, что ему этот прыжок блестяще удается. Энди сам очень рад. Что-то сказать, здорово.
Давай немножко просто введем зрителей в курс дела, ввиду того, что далеко не все представляют правила, собственно, хайдайвинга, потому что здесь первые две попытки, они лимитированы по уровню сложности. Если в первой попытке, что бы ты ни исполнял, ты не получишь базовую стоимость прыжка больше 3,8, вторая попытка уже позволяет спортсменам значительно большей вольности, но тоже сложность ограничена 4,3 балла по базе.
Не совсем так. Дело в том, что это прыжки с лимитированным коэффициентом трудности, и ты можешь выполнить абсолютно любой прыжок. Он может быть и сверхсложным, но если его коэффициент даже превышает 4,3, как в случае...
Let's get you straight into the action with Jonathan Paredes of Mexico leading 2:18.70 with our first dive of the day.
And this is the Italian favourite, Alexandra De Rose, and that was a back double somersault, triple twist. Now the highest degree of difficulty we can use in this round, the second round, is 4.3, because these are the intermediate dives. All the scores will carol through. So this is one of the most extreme diving sports you can do. Well, average scores, 6.5, 7.5. Most of the scores are coming from the entry. The dive is very good in the air, but a bit of splash going through the water. Strong jump, there's the twist, spots the water, a Barani out, just slightly short of vertical. And we can see the scuba divers going down, they're checking he's okay.
27 meters, the height of the takeoff board for these high divers, hitting the water at speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour. I make that just under 56 miles per hour. Understandably, the crowd mesmerized by this action. Divers in the water to watch carefully. Forward 3 somersaults with a half twist for Blake Aldrich, the first of 2 Brits in action here in Russia.
Yeah, Blake said going into this, he really wants to win it. He's currently ranked 10th in the championships. He's always smiling. So that was a forward triple somersault, half twist. Maximum points at 4.3. Blake, of course, was Tom Daley's former synchro partner in the Beijing Olympics and has now moved to high diving, one of the best.
Moves into fifth position there, Chris. Good work. 191.215. His total score now after 2 rounds, 92.45. Fifth position for the man they call Blakey Boy. That's not a bad start to the competition. Of course, the optional rounds still to come.
Yeah, you can see beautiful flight through the air. Just slightly short of vertical. If he just went a few more degrees, yeah, he's just saying, 5 degrees short of vertical. Those 7.5s would become 8.5s. But I'll take it for the moment.
Well, Aldridge Blake coming off the back of a recent victory in the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series in Cuba. But we move on to Edvaldo Moura. Now, De Moura from Brazil, reverse 3 somersaults, currently down in 21st position, and only the top 18 will go through to Sunday's final.
Reverse triple somersault, a tuck position. Now, there's 2 types of entries, blind entries and entries you can see. This is a popular dive to do because you can come around on a triple somersault, see the water, and do a safe landing. And as you said before, hitting the water at 53 miles an hour, that's 83 kilometers. You can do some damage if you don't get your vertical entry. 6.5s and 7s, so that's average score for him. Strong jump, into tuck, there's the first somersault, sees the second somersault, kicks out, flies, sees the water one more time, and then for the safe entry. Bit of splash being thrown up. It's very important that you have great spatial awareness for diving. He's looking back at the water, currently now at about 60 feet. And as he sees the water, he's judging the rotation. Arms are in a good position, and he gets his entry.
And he gets into the top 10, 8th position now, the total score of 149.20 for the 2 dives. The Bulgarian next to dive, Todor Spasov. 4.3 difficulty for all of the divers in this second intermediate round. Currently lying in 15th position. Needs a good dive here to stay in that magic 18 to qualify.
Again, short of vertical. A forward double somersault, 2.5 twists. Now, this is combining Olympic diving, 10-meter diving, with a high diving. So he does the double somersault and a half twist out, showing that he's okay. It's part of the rules high diving that you have to show that you're okay, give that signal. So into the twist, that's a double twist there, spots the water. This is the briny out, that's a somersault half twist out, and he didn't quite get vertical on the entry. The judges will score that down. Spots it from very high up though. Just need a deeper pike to wedge that dive around further.
Well, there are 7 judges, and of course the 2 highest, the 2 lowest scores are taken away. The 3 scores remaining are multiplied by the degree of difficulty. That's how we make the calculations in this amazing sport of high diving. And there's a great camera shot of what it looks like to be 27 meters high. Juscelino Jr. from Brazil. Again, another diver with some impressive form on the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series. Currently ranked 17th. Again, a little bit of pressure on the Brazilian here to perform in this intermediate round.
Yeah, slightly simpler dive. That's a double somersault with just 1.5 twists, 4.1 degree of difficulty. A little untidy with the arms going around. The judges do like to see a strong jump off that platform. Looks a little scared up there. Mind you, you would be, wouldn't you?
27 meters high and hurtling to the water at up to 90 kilometers per hour. The women who will be in action tomorrow here on Eurosport 2 will dive from a 20-meter board. 82 is the score for the dive, 158, 9th position. And again, the Brazilian, one of those divers on the cusp of that qualification of the top 18.
There you really get a view of the height, don't you? Just keep dropping forever and ever and ever. Before you go, your heart's beating, your hands are sweaty. So finishes rather low to the water, a little untidy on the entry. the judges will be marking him down because of those few faults.
Франция, Cyril Ovechkin.
Well, a spectacular shot there of the Kazan Kremlin, but next to dive for France is Cyril Umidkian. Again, the degree of difficulty the same for all the divers in this round.
Yeah, good start. Cyril was 12th in the World Championships last year. That was the first time that FINA held it based on the popularity that's built up in the European High Diving Championships. And Cyril's been there. He's only dived in one of the Red Bull series this year, finished 12th. So has a current ranking of 18. So this is a forward triple somersault half twist. We'll see on the replay. He does a 2.5 somersaults, finishing off with a Brani at the end. There's the throw into the pike. Now at this point he spots the water. There's the half twist, lining up well. Well, it was a good entry for him. I do like those slow motion shots.
Well, slow motions of a Frenchman celebrating by far his best performance of the day, and he moves up into 8th position. Here's the local hero, Artem Silchenko. Again, he's got some form from recent World Championships and on the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series, a 2006 World Champion, and lying in 16th position, right about the middle of the pack after the first required round. Don't forget, we still have the optional round when the degree of difficulty could go as far as 6, even higher.
Yeah, he's disappointed with that reverse somersault in the 3rd round. This is one of the guys that we think is up there for a medal. 6th last year in the World Championships. Oh, it's a beautiful dive, and it's a blind entry. This is really tough to do. So it's an inward somersault in the pike position. At the beginning, he flies the dive around. He's got good control, but you're never quite sure how you're going to land until you hit the water. That's why it carries an extra degree of difficulty. You don't see the water at all as you're going through it all on feet.
Definitely showing his form there, the Russian. Let's not forget he won the cliff diving Red Bull Air Series, Red Bull Series, I should say, in 2013, and that moves him up into 8th position. 182 total score now for Silchenko. Beautiful timing, Chris.
Yeah, look at that. That's a flying inward dive first of all. Then he pikes it around. Very strong body, holds his body rigid. He's got a strong core there, and good 8s from the judges. Good set of panel judges too, all agreeing.
Well, here's one of the big stars in this game. The world champion from last year, Orlando Duque, the Colombian.
Yeah, this is the veteran of high diving. He said going into this, when people look at the records, my name will be at the top.
Well, he's now 40 years of age. He's had a very impressive career. He's won the Red Bull Air Cliff Diving World Series 8 times.
Yeah, and he's actually won 2 further World Series, so he's got a total of 10 World Championship titles. This guy is just unbelievable.
Well, he was in joint first position after round 1, and he holds on to that position. Surely that's enough, Chris.
Where at this point the divers want to just keep their scores high, but remember, it's the top 18 that will go through to rounds 4 and 5, and of course, barring anything disastrous, Orlando's going to be up there. Everyone will be chasing him.
He goes into joint first position with Paredes of Mexico with this excellent 2nd round jump.
Yeah, now he was expecting 9s. There's hardly anything wrong with that. Beautiful dive. Look at the form. Legs are tight, arms are in the right position. He has that spatial awareness. He's spotting that now from about 20 meters as he comes around. Great entry.
Well, 6 of the 7 judges scoring Duque with a 9, and he's definitely the man to beat here, I'd say, today. The Colombian in joint first position with Shrobotenko of the Ukraine now in 3rd. Andy Jones for the USA 4th. Steve Lobui in 5th position. Christian Erion for Colombia.
Front triple half twist. Oh, again, just slightly short of vertical. I thought he could have come off the platform just a little stronger. There's a lot of things that can affect the takeoff. If there's wind or the sun in your eyes, but there's no problem with that today. But suddenly the wind can blow up and you just hesitate for a moment before you go.
Well, he definitely looks up to Duque as his role model. Any young Colombian diver would clearly do so, and he lists Orlando as his hero, as his role model, wants to get as close to him as he possibly can. At just 24 years of age, this is one of the young rising stars of the sport, Chris.
And you think at 24 you're old, but you're not. Like Orlando, as you said, he's now 40 years of age. You can have an amazing career in high diving.
Well, Arion goes into 12th position.
Yeah, there's a strong throw. Out, spots the water. There comes the half twist. Oh, just short of vertical, and that will just mark the scores down. The judges will probably take off 1.5, 2 points because of that entry. Not fully vertical, hip sticking out.
Well, let's take a look at Kai Kirps from Munich, Germany. He's currently ranked in 22nd position after the first round. 3 forward somersaults with a half twist to make sure that the feet enter the water first. That's one of the golden rules and the difference between high diving and pool diving.
Yeah, you can't enter head first from 27 meters. You'll have no shoulders left. Your head would come off as well.
Now, Kai needs a good jump here, so to stay in or around that cut-off point of 18 if he's to make Sunday's final.
Oh, very slow. He nearly wipes out there. That's too slow at the start. He was very cautious. If he'd gone much shorter, he would have winded himself. He would have needed those scuba divers to pick him up. I mean, he's actually quite a good European diver, and but his world ranking's quite low at 22.
Well, you make a good point, Chris. He's taken the European Championship twice in his career to date, but there, clearly just overcome by the situation, a little bit of nerves, slight indecision. And as our expert here and former world champion himself, Chris Snowd, has pointed out, that was a lucky escape for the 26-year-old German.
Yeah, here's the problem. Not enough throw. He's trying to squeeze. Why? He's squeezing his heart to increase the rotation. It hasn't helped. He's seeing the water coming at him, and his arms are flying all over the place. Maximum of 4.5 there because he had his arms up in the air going through the water, and some of the judges were as low as 2 points.
Well, again, applause from the local crowd here in Kazan. This is Ilya Shurov, currently down in 19th position. He too, like the German before him, under a little pressure to pull out a good dive here. 18 is the cut-off point.
Yeah, much better. Steady entry. And he's on that little cut-off point at 19. He needs a lot better than 70 points that he got in the first round. Slightly higher degree of difficulty. Should go into the 80s, and that may just give him a little bit of a buffer. I like the entry, I like the start. We'll see a little bit more on the replay. He hasn't dived any of the World Series high diving competitions, the 5 competitions earlier in the year.
14th position, Chris. Silchenko, best of the Russians and host nation, in 9th position. He's a little better, as you said, scoring points in the 80s for his second dive, low 70s for his first. He'll need to pull something quite special out of the bag in the third and final round here in Kazan this afternoon. Of course, that is the optional round.
I saw that big splash going up, but it was vertical.
Well, representing Luxembourg, Alain Kohl, a resident of Telfs in Austria. Again, a regular competitor on the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series. No, we're not seeing him. It's Gary Hunt next. So Alain not on the... Now, this is Britain's best chance of a win here. Gary in joint first position. Fourth position, I should say, after the first round. With an amazing optional dive still to come. Just needs to keep it consistent in this second round.
Yeah, Gary likes this dive. Scored 106 points in the World Championships last year. Look at the splash being thrown up. I don't know if he's going to be marked down because of that. Oh, he has.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
We're just getting the scores that split second before you on our computer screens here in the commentary box. This will be a disappointment for Gary. He's currently leading the Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series, has come here as one of the favourites, but he goes from 4th to 7th position, only scoring 88.15 for his second round dive, a total of 188.85. Gary's going to have to pull something special out in the last round, but the finals are on Sunday, not today, Chris.
That's right, and the points carry through. So we hope to see Gary there. Well, it's just slight hesitation coming out of the 2.5 somersaults. The start was good. It was just here. He can see the water as he comes around, but he needed a deeper pike to increase the rotation, and it just left it slightly short of vertical. That was a poor score for Gary. It's normally over 100 points, not 88.
Well, he's doing his best to put on a brave face with Duke and Paredes still tying for first position. And I think Christian made a very important point there. The scores do continue. We don't stop and rescore again on Sunday. We carry all of the scores forwards. There'll be 2 rounds in Sunday's final for the top 18 divers here today. And that could be the jump, the dive, I should say, that cost Gary Hunt the chance of top position here today.
Yeah, but most importantly, he needs to get his scores very high because you're going to juggle for position. The last diver has the advantage, and if you go through into the final rounds, that 4th round, that 5th round, in last place, then you have an advantage because you can see what the other diver's done and that you can step it up a little.
Right, let's watch the Polish diver, Chris Kolanus.
Yeah, it's good. Now you can do the twist at the beginning or at the end. Now he does a twist at the beginning, a single twist, then he pikes around and does half. I like the way the dive flowed as well. Looks like he's done some swimming in his past too. Good diver. 8th last year in the World Championship. He's currently ranked 10th, so you never know. If he hits his dives, he could be up there.
Well, that is a good dive. You spotted it perfectly, Chris. 98.4 for his second round. 189.60 the total. He goes above Gary Hunt. Britain's top diver goes now into 8th position. Kolanus takes 7th with this performance.
Yeah, nice flight through the air. The judges will be looking through the flight, how high he finishes on the twist. And that's definitely up there for 7.5s, 8s. There's the signal to say I'm okay. And also, he's got some crowd there cheering him on.
Well, just 3 to go in this second round. Now for the Czech Republic. Not the best of weather out there, and that's something that gets watched very carefully. Obviously the wind will be a key factor, but also a little bit of rainfall, which will be something that we will continue to monitor. This is Michael Navratil. He's currently lying in 11th position.
Yeah, another one to watch. Just missed out on that medal, came 4th at the World Championships, but it was something like 50 points behind Jonathan Paradis from Mexico.
Just asking the divers just to make sure that he's got the right landing area clear. There's no question back on his home turf, this is the Czech Republic's #1 diver, 7 times a national champion in his career to date. 28 years of age, building up his confidence here.
Yeah, he's quite a showman. Sometimes you just hesitate, wait a little bit, get the judges, hey, I'm here, watch me. Most of these divers are showmen foremost and acrobats second.
Oh, well, Navratil will be happy with that, and that certainly was a good show.
Yeah, not too much splash. He's pleased, you can see that with a smile. That keeps him in there. Very consistent diver, hardly ever misses a dive, you know, for bad scores. Normally goes through at least on 8s, and he's done it this time too. So that was a front triple somersault half twist. Finished very high, good entry.
Oh, and it's a good score. 105, spot 35, total of 200.35, moving Navratil for the Czech Republic up into 5th position. Mission accomplished in his second round jump.
Oh, you could see the determination on his face as he threw. And look how high he finishes. That's 22 meters. So he did the first part of the dive in the first 5 meters, and no wonder he got such a good entry at the end. That's the way to attack a dive.
Absolutely right, Chris, and pushes Blake Aldridge and Gary Hunt for Great Britain down to 7th and 9th position. Here's another one of the impressive divers out there at this inaugural World Cup competition here in Kazan, Russia. This is David Kolturi from the United States of America, resides in Chicago. He's got form spanning 5 years plus on the international tour, a regular competitor on the Red Bull cliff diving tour, and as you can see, comes into this second round lying in 1st position after his first dive.
Yeah, and his former career as a platform diver, was a world student bronze medalist. He's been around a while. He's a very good diver at all different levels. Oh, it's shoulder vertical. I wonder how they're going to judge that. Now, I did see that he could have thrown further forward with his arms before getting into the pipe. Yeah, I don't think these scores are going to be that great. He normally gets 9s. He's going to be below that.
Well, it's 8s and 7.5s. The 8.575s are gone. 103.2, that's the first hiccup of the competition so far for David Kulturi, from 1st to 5th position after his second round of potentially 5 jumps this weekend.
Well, the start of the dive was very good, but it's too low there finishing. He got away with good scores from the judges, so good luck to him.
Not the best dive for Kulturi. Still 2 Americans in the top 5, with Colombia and Mexico tying for 1st position with a total score of 218.70. One diver left in this second intermediate round. And it's another Colombian, should be Miguel Garcia.
Yes, it will be. He's currently ranked 14th in the world, so he's hoping to make it through to round 4. So with the high diving, sometimes we see it off stages and sometimes off cliffs. And some of the settings are absolutely amazing, like in Cuba, Ireland. But here they wanted to build a platform like they did for the World Championships last year in Barcelona. I think the divers actually prefer a cliff, because that's what they're used to seeing.
It's interesting. Three forward somersaults with a half twist, so the feet land in the water first. 12th position after the first round, looking to improve on 91.20. This is Miguel Garcia of Colombia.
Finished very short of vertical. Again, the judges will deduct round about 1.5, 2 points for that. And it all starts at the takeoff. If you're not getting the entry right, normally there's a problem at the beginning. He did take a while to go as well. Perhaps that little breeze or the gusts of wind can put you off, disturbs your concentration. It's better to wait, it's better to get the entry right rather than get injured.
You see the 2 highest, the 2 lowest scores are taken out. The 3 remaining multiplied by the degree of difficulty, and not the best score at all for Garcia. You spotted it perfectly, Chris.
He actually is out of the somersault way too early, and he doesn't dig down after that Barani to get himself vertical. He could have made an adjustment, still had a little bit of time, perhaps just a little bit of inexperience just coming in there, not knowing how to finish off the dive when it doesn't feel right when it's flowing at the start. Out too early, short of vertical.
Well, down to 16th position for the Colombian, with 1 round of diving still to go. That's the optional round, where the degree of difficulty will be stepped up considerably After the first 2 rounds, the required and intermediate, we see the big favourite Orlando Duque and Jonathan Paredes of Colombia and Mexico tying for first position on 218.70 points. Shabutenko of the Ukraine is third. Andy Jones is in fourth position along with his teammate Kulturi. Now we get close to the cut-off point. Only the top 18 scores will progress through to Sunday's final here in Kazan. So a little bit of trouble, a little bit of pressure for the remaining divers, I should say, from 22nd position. Quick break for us. We'll be back with more diving from Russia after these short messages. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to start the third round. The round with unlimited degree of difficulty. You're going to see some very, very difficult dives here. Multiple twisting and somersaulting dives. Стоит сказать о том, что вы по-прежнему призываем вас поддерживать спортсменов. Okay. Let's present first diver from Mexico, Sergio Guzman. Mexico, Sergio Guzman. Holding a track, 3 somersaults in the top position. Unfortunate, but he'll have to put that down to experience.
Дорогие друзья, общий балл по итогам 3 прыжков. Спортсмены из Мексики 238. Когда 10 балла, и мы готовы продолжать. Я еще раз напоминаю, это 3-й раунд.
Alright, next up, from the USA, we've got Steve Laboon. Now this is impressive. The only person in the world who can do this dive at the moment. Front 5 somersaults in the fly position. This is insane.
Steve Laboon, USA.
Огромнейшее количество сложных элементов и отличный ход хода. Знаете, даже ответственный стиль. Мужчины решают. One, two, 3, give the crowd a wave.
Это безумие.
Oh, look at the scores. 9, 9, 9, 9.5, 9, 8.5, 9. Big congrats there for Blake Aldridge, showing some good sportsmanship. Unbelievable.
Невероятно, Стив Лабу, 364,8. 5 оборот. Это... Не пытайтесь такое повторить. Потрясающе. Ну, заявка на успех, как вы понимаете.
Очень хорошо. Отлично. Все.
Естественно, сразу Стив выходит на первую строчку, но все прекрасно понимаете, что впереди еще не прыгало много ответов.
All right. Next up from the Ukraine, Anatoly Shabatenko. Come on, it's the last round. Give him something.
Анатолий Шаватенко, Украина.
Up there from Anatoly. You can actually see the vision is really weird. You can see sort of like balance on the platform slightly. Great job.
Классный прыжок показал Анатолий. Остается, как вы понимаете, 5 календарей относительно баллов.
Score 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6, 6.5.
Выходом трех прыжков из 80-х. Вторая строчка сегодняшнего дня. Друзья, пожалуйста, поприветствуйте спортсмена Анатолия Шаватенко, Украина. Здесь слышна ваша реакция, поверьте мне, тем более, когда вы это делаете дружно и все вместе, даже несмотря на сильный ветер, слышно, как вы делаете. Спасибо за это. Швейцария Андрес Ванегер.
Hey, fuck! Aí não, mano.
большое. Денис Спорт. Спасибо большое. Я все и говорю всем спасибо за поддержку спортсмена и давайте поприветствуем господина Халлигана. Пожалуйста. Смелый поступок и баллы. Okay, next up, we've got Jonathan Paredes. Twin somersaults, 2 twists. Here we go. Jonathan Paredes.
Change the board.
С отличным результатом подходил здесь на прыжку Джонатан. Посмотрим результат. $302,85. Пожалуйста, поддержите Jonathan Paredes, Мексика. Яркий, улыбающийся спортсмен, несмотря на погоду. Дорогие друзья, мы желаем каждому спортсмену удачи и хороших результатов.
Next up, we've got Andy Jones in the USA, back 3 somersaults with 2 twist height. It's the same dive. Let's make a comparison.
Andy Jones, USA. Друзья, дайте больше шума. Вы, я думаю, сами все видели, практически не было брызг в момент, когда ты пошел в воду. Что скажут судьи? Энди Джонс. Дорогие друзья, продолжается Кубок мира FINA по хайдайвингу здесь у нас в Казани. Отдельный привет всем вам. Набережная, здравствуйте, помашите нам, вы слышите, я уверен. Здесь достаточно мощная система акустическая. Продолжаем. Итак, хотел бы напомнить, делайте, пожалуйста, фотографии, выкладывайте их в Инстаграм, наш хэштег. Хайдайвинг
КЗН 2014 с латинскими. Лучшие фотографии будут вознаграждены нашими партнерами компании Lenovo. Также они будут распечатаны.
All right. Mr. Man from Italy. Give it up for Alessandro De Rose.
Италия, Алессандро Де Розе. Итальянского атлета. Смотрим повтор. Итак, внимание. И отличный вход в моду.
Shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my.
Ну а пока готовится следующий атлет к своему прыжку, я хотел бы, естественно, обратиться ко всем и каждому, поддерживать наших атлетов. Я напомню, что большинство из них, если не 80%, впервые выступают в России.
Alrighty. Nice start. This is from Blake Aldridge from Great Britain.
Великобритания, Блейк Олдридж.
Three somersaults. Two is the right position.
Отличный вход в воду.
Nice, he got up the platform really quick there. Jumping up, landing into that twist, nice and fast there. Moves like a ton of slow. Working very well. Well managed. Score 8, 8.5, 8, and 8.5. Hello, Blake. Give it a smile.
Кazan по итогам всех трех суммарных прыжков. Господин Олдридж, пожалуйста, внимание.
Great job there. Fantastic camera.
Brilliant.
Got
Обратите внимание на это табло, здесь указана программа, точнее те элементы, которые заявил атлет. В данном случае мы видим впечатляющий список. Желаем удачи при выполнении этих элементов, но судьи уже вынесли свой вердикт. Всего 7 человек в судейской коллегии, все они находятся здесь, на площадке, в белых майках, в синих шортах. И мы приветствуем еще одного спортсмена.
Alrighty, the man is from Brazil. His name is Kira Demura.
Бразилия, Кит Демура.
Number 4, somersault in play position, arm twist in action.
Да, друзья, спортсмен не совсем удачно вошел в воду, но он показал значок, что все окей, все хорошо. Это заслуживает, я думаю, вас аплодисментов. Может быть, он просто терпит эту боль. Достаточно вкусный поступок. Все отлично.
1.5, 4, 5, 4.5, 5, 4.5, 4.5. Current ranking 8.
К сожалению, невысокие оценки. Общий балл 219 и 50 балла. Хотели бы напомнить о том, что завтра будут прыгать девушки с 20 метров, и все девушки, часть из них, если быть более точно, находятся здесь на площадке, поддерживают своих земляков из тех стран и вообще всех спортсменов, судя по тому, что я вижу, они очень хорошо друг с другом общаются, знакомые, видятся в самых разных частях мира, прыгают, и, естественно, делятся впечатлениями. Итак, мы продолжаем.
From Bulgaria, Todor Spazov.
Тодор Спасов, Болгария.
Position. Good job keeping that guy around. Incredibly difficult. The middle guy there struggling to bend his legs to maintain a bit more rotation before steps up. He does it with the jumping spot. Remarkable effort. That's a really, really difficult part.
Очень сложную программу заявил Тодор. И как результат, пожалуйста, у кого такое количество баллов, которое есть? 238-25. Все-таки, пожалуйста, поаплодируйте спортсмену Тодор Спасов, Болгария. Ну, судя по его улыбке, все отлично. Отдельно, я думаю, нужно благодарить этих парней за то, что мы видим. После таких приземлений они улыбаются, машут публике. Может быть, скрывают то, что на самом деле было дико больно. Согласитесь, это дорого стоит. И вот они, дружеские рукопожатия со своими товарищами из разных стран, которые занимаются этим замечательным, красивым видом спорта.
Hey, for Brazil, his name is Juscelino Jr. Front four somersaults in the right position, the hard twist. Martin Brazil.
Бразилия, Juscelino Jr. Отличную работу показал в воздухе Юрий Сталина. Пожалуйста, мы наблюдаем сейчас за количеством баллов, которые выставили судьи. Общий 245 и 50. Итогом 3 прыжков, как понимаете, потому что продолжается третий раунд.
Chama o pai. Feliz Dia dos Pais, te amo.
45.50 points. Two somersaults, 3 in the water, in total, 4 somersaults.
Характерный значок сердечко говорит о том, что он любит вас, он благодарен публике. Я думаю, что это является еще одним поводом, чтобы похлопать, пожалуйста. Juscelino, thank you. Бразилия.
Gentlemen, from France, Cyril Kazan, he's doing the exact same dive. Give it up for Cyril!
Франция, Сирионочка. Отличный вход в воду. Аплодирует даже господин Джиттер.
Oh, the students on the French are going to be happy with that. Ow! Very painful. Very long diver. You have to work a little bit harder on the camera dive. It's a bit shorter.
Обратите внимание на баллы за этот прыжок, ровно 120.
Yeah, he's happy. Yeah, he goes for real. 8.5. Race number 6. Congratulations to Cyril Mishkan.
Кирилл Мишкан из Франции, повтор прыжка. 4. Виск. Приземление. Доволен Битл своим результатом. Еще раз, Кирилл Мишкан, Франция. Thank you, Кирилл. Ну что же, мы продолжаем. Еще один спортсмен. И внимание! Joey.
Alright, Johnson. And from Russia, give it up! Konstantin Shilchenko!
Российская Федерация. Все вместе. Артем Сильченко. Это безумное действие были в воздухе. И обратите, пожалуйста, внимание, как классно вошел Артем в воду. Будет, естественно, повторы. И давайте баллом.
Scores! 8.5. Second 4. He's climbing his way back into the competition. Total score of 324.80. Fantastic job.
324,80 балла. Артем Сильченко. Россия. Друзья, удивляет тишина в трибун, честное слово. Пока спортсмен проходит уже 10 метров, можно по-прежнему аплодировать. Крупным планом, пожалуйста. Естественно, приветствую своих коллег, девушек. Далее, что мы продолжаем, обратите внимание, кто находится на вышке.
Hey ho! He's from Colombia. His name is Orlando Duque.
О, да, дорогие друзья, это он, колумбиец Орландо Дюке.
Back 3 somersaults and 2 twists in the right position. There's some acrobatic skills.
Господин Дюке продолжает удивлять. Дорогие друзья, смотрим баллы.
They scored there for Orlando 8.5, 8.5, 9, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, and 8.5. Great diving. Just a little slow rotation, but really good at knowing what to do in the air. So he comes out of the piece and holds that position as long as he can.
Неимоверный результат, 361,5 балла, но это не первая строчка, вы видели пока предварительные результаты. Ну что ж, еще раз повторим. Я думаю, что для многих из вас, как и, наверное, для меня, человека, который до этого момента наблюдал за хайдайвингом только по телевизору, но максимум в столице Каталонии в прошлом году, это лицо крик-дайвинга, хайв-дайвинга. И здесь можно отдельно хлопать господину Дюке. Орландо Дюке, Колумбия.
Christian Arion with the back 3 somersaults and 2 twists in the pike position. Give it up for Christian for his last dive.
Кристиан Камила, Колумбия. Отличный прыжок, хорошая работа.
He's got such powerful legs. He's got a great jump there. Just needs to clean the back up, keep the legs coming apart a little bit. Like I was saying, this guy is just a rookie, so just with more time, more experience, he's going to be a great diver.
Напомним, это молодой спортсмен, ему всего нас 23 года. И как результаты?
Score. 5.5, 4, 5.5, 4.5, 4. Score 237.00.
10:37. Пожалуйста, приветствуйте атлета из Колумбии. Здесь он с нами, он улыбается. Отлично сложен. Самый настоящий атлет. Thank you. Я думаю, что многие узнали. Вот, пожалуйста, профайл.
Give up for your fellow Russian, Ilya Shurov.
Илья Шуров, Россия.
Okay, front 4 somersaults to the pike position.
Классный вход в воду.
Big, strong Russian. Just a little short of vertical there. Pike position here, you know, that pointed chest of the legs. Oh, fantastic.
Друзья, обратите внимание, что за этот прыжок 105 баллов и общее количество прыгов 3, 259,19.
Score 7, 7.5, 7, 6.5, 7. Well done, Ilya. You've got a smile on his face.
Друзья, еще раз, пожалуйста, поприветствуйте, поаплодируйте. Илья Шуров, Российская Федерация. Спасибо вам, Илья. Еще раз позвольте всем вам напомнить о том, что ровно в 18:00 концерт «Год до старта чемпионата по водным видам спорта в Казани». Концерт состоится рядом, буквально, если вы развернетесь на 180 градусов, в 500 метров до дворца земледельцев. Брайнштон, Волга-Волга и команда Пицца, то есть все аудитории сотрудников артиста. Пожалуйста.
Gary Hunt, following one of the most difficult dives in the world. Give it up for Gary Hunt from Great Britain with a back 3 somersaults. Look forward to his playing position.
Великобритания, Gary Hunt. Потрясающий вход в воду. Обратите внимание, что Kazan тут же выходит и ждем результаты прыжка.
So difficult for this to do this dive. I think the first somersault is going to be twist, and he has to bike it over, and he comes around with a great entry, and great score, 8.5, ranked number 3.
Этот балл поднимает Гэри Ханта на третью строчку. 346 и 95 сотых. Это отличный результат. Похлопайте атлету. Я напоминаю, что он представляет Великобританию, проживает непосредственно в Лондоне. Город, в котором достаточно интересно бывать и необычно подбирать одежду для выхода в свет. Пожалуйста, Гэри Хант!
Alright, Chris Kazan from Poland, give it up for him, come on now. Front 4 somersaults.
Польша, Крис Каланов.
Another rib entry there. Quite vertical, still amazing dive, you know. Very good to control. Well done, Chris Kazan, you can relax tonight. The score 7.5, 7, 7.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 7.5. Good work, Chris.
Отличный результат показывает польский атлет. 110 за прыжок и общая сумма 299 и 60. Соответственно, поднимает ударный шаг на 9-ю строчку. Крис Каланов, Польша. Пожалуйста, мы просим здесь реагировать, когда мы объявляем спортсменов. Поверьте, им дико приятно, когда публика их приветствует, вне зависимости от того, где вы находитесь, либо в 100 метрах от этой вышки, либо здесь рядышком на специально возведенной трибуне. Крис Каланов, Польша. Спортсмены находятся в ожидании и, естественно, наблюдают за своими коллегами. Итак,
Alright, so we count number 2, Super Kill from the Czech Republic.
Шифер Михаил Навратил.
Alright, so another back armstand dive. Somersault and 3 twists. Watch.
Отлично! That's athleticism. Takes so much strength and balance to hold those hands there. Классный прыжок показал Супермен с Праги, Чехия. Михаил навратил, и вот такие результаты. Mikael, 7, 7.5, 8. Right, number 5. Half going. Top. 325 из 75 сотых. Таков балл после третьего прыжка. Дорогие друзья, Михаил по-прежнему улыбчив, и это радует. Он бодр, весел и смотрит сам за тем, что показал. Мы смотрим вместе с вами также повтор. И я еще раз прошу, как только мы досмотрим, поаплодировать и сказать спасибо. Михаил Навратил, Прага, Чехия. Ваши аплодисменты, пожалуйста. Right, we're getting towards the end of the competition here today. Only 2 more divers. So let's give David Kulturi some energy. Give it up! It's a great dive. He does 2 somersaults, 4 twists. Great to watch. David Kulturi. США. Sorry. Reverse somersaults and twists are really hard to do. Just keep it off of the board. Keep it jump up, get some more elevation to the back off. The twisting action was fantastic. A little short of vertical. Let's see the scores. Очень интересный был прыжок, стояли элементы 326 и 2 десятых. 7.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5. Rank number 5. Sorry, 326.20. Still in a good position. Got 2 more dives to go. The day after tomorrow. С помощью этого прыжка Дэвид поднимается на 5-ю строчку. Дэвид Култери, USA. Дорогие друзья, завершается 3-й раунд, и нас ждет еще один потрясающий прыжок. Alright, it's the last diver today. From Colombia, Miguel Garcia. Miguel Garcia, Colombia. Well done, Miguel. That's a nice way to finish the competition with a great entry.